Transformers reviews, tech and the news, whatever else I use as a muse. Hit subscribe, I appreciate the views. Influence's interest on YouTube. What's going on, people? This is Influence, and I'm back with some TFCON updates. TFCON was the day, of course, and we got the third party panel, which was a little underwhelming. I think the elephant in the room is no fans toys showing. So that's strange. Now the conspiracy theories have ramped up to the fact that fans toys may be over. I doubt it. I don't think so personally, but you never know. Could be. I know there's rumors rumbling that fans toys is getting raided or shut down or something. They are being a bit close to the IP. But then again, all third-party companies are. But I believe if Hasbro wanted to shut a company down, Fans Toys would be the one, because they're the only one I think that are competing with Takar's line of figures. I actually like Fans Toys figures better than Takar's. So take that with a grain of salt. But let's get into these reveals. I only did the ones that I have interest in. I may talk about some other ones that I don't, but we'll see. So the first reveal I found kind of interesting was the exclusive. Showing a couple of pictures. Nothing, it doesn't excite me, but maybe it might excite y'all. This one is kind of cool. I like Grimlock. I'm trying this Planet X. This is their little take on a Masterpiece Grimlock, I believe. I'm not sure what lore it's from, but I like what it looks like. And I'm trying not to buy figures that I like what it looks like. Now Zeta's doing a Legend Scale Superion, which it looks pretty good. It looks on par with their Masterpiece, so they might have just tried to scale it down to do the Legends. It's just this is just the bots, some of the bots, and yeah, I like it. I probably will be interested in it just because I like Superion as a character, and they look pretty good. The bots look pretty good. Now I want to see the price, because that's going to be a deal breaker for me. This is a little add-on kit. I have Double Evil. It doesn't really move me to get this add-on kit, but I know a lot of people it does. Double Evil is a great character. I love the character. So having this add-on kit, it does add something to the character, but I was surprised by Double Evil. So it was good call to get that figure. Yeah, you get a bunch of stuff. You get a gun. You get a gun that really shoots. and here's some more. This is just something that caught my eye, but I'm not really interested in it. But it's just, I think people will be. I'm straight. I tell people all the time, I'm straight G1. I didn't watch any of the Headmasters overseas. I know that, you know, the Headmasters are here in the 4th season, which was like 4 episodes. But yeah, I'm not into the comics. I wasn't into the comics. I wasn't into the Headmasters Japanese series and all those series. But it looks interesting. Fans Hobby, I know some people don't like their plastic, but I think they make a great figure. Double Evil is one of my favorite figures I ever have, and I have no connection to the character. So this is just showing more parts of it. And it looks like you get a good bang for your buck. I know they're expensive, but just like with Double Evil, you get a good bang for your buck. A lot of gimmicks, a lot of things that you use, a lot of storage, everything fits on them. I just was really impressed with Double Evil for what it was. Just some more pictures. Just the little base mode. It does come with some mini cons, I see. And also, if you see me looking down, I'm trying to look at the video that I'm gonna be commentating to. So that's the thing. That's why I'm looking down, because I'm looking at the video as I commentate. So it's kind of like live, and I'm not just trying to plaster over top. I didn't want to do a voiceover, because I just wanted to show I wanted to be on camera. And there's the full combined version. So it looks good. I mean, it doesn't interest me, like I said, but it looks like a good figure. So moving on to the next figure. Oh, that's just showing it side by side with Optimus. Or I don't know his name. I don't know his name, but the combined version. So then you have this. It says it's in progress. It's interesting to me. I know a lot of fans are interested. I'm not interested in it really. I know I said I was only doing things that I was interested in, but some of the stuff I recognize that fans may be interested in. So kind of, and it looks kind of cool. It's a cool figure. It's something that I would buy in the past. I know I've tried to take the mantra, don't buy anything that's just cool looking to me, because then I'll be buying a bunch of stuff and I ain't got it to be buying a bunch of stuff like that. So I'll only buy things that are connected to me, or I try to. Now I will, this is just showing comparisons with their other figures that they've released. Now I will say there are some figures coming up that I are not really connected to, but they're super cool. So it's kind of hard not to get them. And this is it. Raiden. I'm not really connected to Raiden. I learned about Raiden not too long ago, maybe a year ago. Anybody that doesn't know who Raiden is, and this is a new company, I think, but I think they're trying to. They may have ties with other companies. It's Moonstar. The pictures look great, but they are not even renders. I think they are renders. They're drawings. They're not like clay or anything. They're not 3D. I guess 3D drawings. Usually the renders are a little bit more scaled or more, I don't know. They look more closer to what's going to pop out. So I'm interested. But these bots, I love the fact that they all look different. They're all trains. I know they're all different trains. They're all different real trains in Japan, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. So I understand some of that. And it's just a cool character. It's a cool looking character. It's Cabana. I believe it's 6 of them. So yeah, so this figure looks great. All these figures look great, really. Have the train mode there of each figure. It looks like it come with tracks, train tracks, possibly. Maybe they gonna all connect together. I know they're all different types of trains, so I wouldn't count on them connecting together. But maybe the tracks can connect together and they can all be in succession if you like them like that. But yeah, so like I said, the figures look great. The robots look great. They have this really a lot of distinction. They look like they're engineered well. So I'm excited to see these. It's another picture of his train, his alt mode, I should say, the train, which is nice. It's a nice looking train. I'm not into trains, so I don't really know what kind of trains they are. I know one might be a monorail or something of that nature, but don't quote me. Like I said, I don't know. I just know they're specific trains to Japanese, you know, the real trains in Japan. You got this. I think he's the middle bot, which it looks like it's going to be a big Cabana since it's almost like Devastator. It's got 6 people. I'm hoping it's on par because as we will see later on, there's a couple announcements that I am excited for, but not for the scale. So it's kind of sad to me, but I know there's people out there that are excited for it. So it doesn't matter. You win if you are. I like the way the shoulder pads are in this figure. I thought that was cool. It's kind of like a Chinese. It's kind of like a samurai. Not Chinese, Japanese, I believe. That's Japanese lore. I just got done Ghost of Tsushima. I should know this. But yeah, he looks like he got samurai armor on with those shoulder pads. It's like pieces of the train. I'm sure they're going to be panel formers somewhat, but they look like they have good engineering at the same time. So that's a plus. Like this one looks like a monorail type of train, a bullet train. I like him the best as far as in train mode because it just looks like a modern train. And there's the cabine form. It looks pretty articulated. It has ankle rockers, of course, at least. Looks good. Looks like a good figure. Looks big, bulky. I think people have been waiting for this forever. Since it's just drawings, I'm sure we got some longer wait to wait. We'll see though. They showed off Kang Toys, their third Predacon. It looks good. They're a little bit more stylized for me. I included this because it's interesting and I'm waiting to see the combine mode. I'm hoping if the combine mode is great, I can get them later. But if not, I missed out. But it's okay. I'm over my FOMO. So, but they look great. Then you got Lemon Tree. I like this. I'm not really into it, but I like that this Shockwave turns into Megatron's ship. I thought that was cool. And I didn't really include the rest. You saw a little piece of their film. But here's X-Transbots. And I think X-Transbots stole the show. This is Autobot Frank Autobot X, I believe. Can't remember. It's Spike when they transferred his mind into that Frankenstein junk robot just to keep him so they could try to fix his human body. Some futuristic sci-fi stuff, but then again, they were talking robots that changed in the cars. Okay, so moving along. Like I said, X-Transbots stole the show because they had a lot of showing, and with no fans toys in sight, I think they had the best showing. I'm not really into this, so this is a Breastmaster. I don't really know the Breastmasters like that, so I tell you the truth, I don't know. Another Breastmaster. I just included it because I thought it was cool looking, and I thought the character that goes into the Breastmasters go into him. I forget his name. I'll probably put it on the screen if I can find it. But they definitely cool figures. Cool figures. Then you have it's him again. I just kept this. I showed it. I'm thinking people are interested. It seemed like people are if X-Transbots is doing the figure. So I figured I'll show it because it seems to have a high interest level. So then here you go with the real deal. This is what a lot of people were excited for. The Omnibots. So the Omnibots are here. Well, they're not here, but they're showed. And it looks like they're on a platform with their Stunticons. Like they may use some of the same engineering, some of the same parts, which I think is great because I think that means they'll be out quicker. So then you have their, they always had the modes where they had all the guns and stuff. I just thought that was cool. They're cool. I'm glad people are getting Omnibots. I don't have extreme connection to them, but I always thought they were cool. So I will be getting them. Just the way, this is just like, they have their little weaponed up. It's like Mask. And here's in robot mode. I think he looks great in robot mode. I think the paint apps, like on the chest and the skirts and arms, I think that's great. Like it's G1. So I think it looks good. It looks good. I will be in for this line of robots. And so here's another one. Like I said, it looks like they share a lot of stuff with their Stunticons, but again, that's good because they don't have to come up with straight new parts and straight new engineering. And maybe they may share some engineering. So I think that's good, and I think that's what a lot of companies do. So they don't have to come up with, it's a lot of money to come up with new designs and new platforms. So yeah, here's him in his little decked out mode. The guns that come out the front and the wings and the little lights that are in the back popped up. He looks cool. He's like a cooler Trax. No disrespect to Trax, but I think he's like cooler Trax. Then you have him in his robot mode, and he's great looking. He has the paint apps again on his feet and on his abdomen, and great head sculpt. These are renders. They look like renders, so hopefully they're just like they look. And his wings on his arms, they don't stick out. They fold down, or they probably can stick out if you want them. And this was a big thing for me. I've been wanting protector bots. They're working on protector bots. Now, hopefully they get the platform right, because again, it's probably Stunticons. So this is the only one they showed, I believe. And so you got the protector bots. They coming, and hopefully sooner than later, because X-Trans bots. I mean, not X-Trans bots. Unique Toys are doing protector bots too. But hopefully these are more on par with the bigger, because when they did the Stunticons, they did the trailer and I believe it wasn't big enough. And they heard people say it wasn't big enough, so they took it back to the drawing board and redesigned it. And I think that's a great thing. That's why I'm surprised people are rushing. I added this because this is kind of cool. Again, stuff that I think is cool that I may be buying. That shouldn't be, but you got the belt. I mean, it's Batman. It turns into his Batwing. Like, that's kind of dope. It's not transforming, and it's from Mastermind. So, but I think I was talking about the protector bots. So then you have Orion Pax from Mastermind. I'm not really into this, but he's very, very, very articulated. Very much articulated. So I think that's what they're showing here. And you lose something with that articulation because of the breakup that it has to have, like the spaces and everything. So you do have more spaces with articulation. Like, it's less cohesive bot. But I mean, the trade-off can be what it is. And I can't remember. He may look like Orion Pax exactly. He may have had those spaces. I think one picture they shown, which it should be coming up, where he's touching his toes, and that's impressive. That's impressive. He's shooting in the air right now, shooting the moon, and there he is. He's touching his toes, and that's cool. That's great. So here's I think the last showing is their protector bots, which is Ockler Max. And I said Unique Toys. But Ockler Max, they have their all-in-one system again. And I think that's cool for people, but it's not going to be big enough for me. So I'm not in for these. But again, Bruticus, a lot of people were in for Bruticus. It looks like it's on the same platform. It looked like this is on the same platform, similar to their Bruticus. But again, and it's a little blurry. They said they made it blurry so you couldn't see, but you can see it. I mean, it wasn't blurry enough that they're trying to make it so you can't see it. But I think that it looks cool, and what it does great. And they had a little video like they did with Bruticus where it shows them changing. And I think it's great that they can do the all-in-one, and the people that want it can get it, but it's not big enough for me personally. So I just think it's not for me. But I do like the concept. I like not having a bunch of spare parts, but I like parts forming. For me, parts forming is the way to go to make a great cabana, big cabana. And it looks weird. His proportions look weird to me. His legs look skinny and his arms look bigger, or I don't know. It just was weird proportions. It's always was weird to me for them to have legs, for the legs to be, and that was it for the presentation and the things that I cared about. It was weird to me for them to have, I was talking about their cabana, for them to have legs, the two cars that they have, the motorcycle and the car, the small car. Like, it seemed like they would have had the ambulance as legs. I always thought that anyway, myself, just because they were bigger cars. So you would have the bigger cars for the leg, like a helicopter, and the ambulance would be for the legs, and the motorcycle would be the arms. But in any respect, I think it was interesting. Like I said, X-Trans Box was the best to me because that's what they did the most that I'm interested in. And Fans Toys wasn't there, so no showing for Fans Toys. I know that's going to get the community talking, so let me leave in the comment section what was your favorites. I may not have shown your favorites, so if I did, I'm sorry. I mean, if I didn't, I'm sorry, but it just means that I'm not really into it. But if you are, I'm glad you're getting what you want, and I will get up with you guys in another video. Please subscribe. It costs nothing and it helps me out. And I really appreciate everybody that's been subscribing. I grew over the last month or so, like more than I did in the last year, I think, you know, comparably. Like, it took me a year to get to 500 subscribers, just about. And now I'm at like 614, I believe. So I really appreciate that. And it like took me a year to get to 500. And then I got to 614 in like a month and some change. So I really appreciate everybody that subscribed. I may not do everything that you guys want, but again, as I'm coming up with new stuff. I'm going to be doing different things. You already know I don't do just Transformers, so bear with that if that's not your thing. But I do tech and stuff like that also, and some music. So I mean, I just like to give a variety of what I like. That's why it's called Influences Interest. But Transformers is mostly my bag. All right, so I'm gonna get up.
Ain't no, life ain't no, life ain't no, life ain't no. As long as you alive, you can give another try and take it real high if you want.